Hi, Ellie Rose here. This is my third and final professional development video for PTA 101. Starting with the first question, which is how have I improved my ability to receive and implement constructive criticism that I have been given by my instructors in 101, and how am I gonna carry that over into my work or personal life? So I would like to say, to start off, I used to view constructive criticism as more of an attack per se. Like, I am a very strong-headed, strong-willed individual, and I'm aware this is a character flaw, but I really do not like being corrected, which I have grown. So I've grown from that way more than how it was like even when I was in high school. So like when I graduated as a senior till now. And so, as I was saying, like, I'm very strong-headed and I like to be right. And even if I'm wrong and I'm not right, I still, in my past especially, did not like being corrected on things. But I have now been able to use the constructive criticism as a tool, and I've learned that my instructors, when we are given corrections like by you or Dr. Duran, that they are all to aid us in success in the program and help us do better. So now I'm able to look at it more so as a tool and go back and then improve and grow from those constructive criticism pieces of advice. And so I'll definitely be using that in my work life. Like, if I was given constructive criticism, now I look into my book or I look up videos on how I'm doing it wrong or how to improve myself, which I think will definitely come in handy when I actually graduate and I become a PTA. The next question was, how will you make sure to improve throughout the remainder of this program? And I think that I will continue to improve by asking a lot of questions. I was never really one to raise my hand or speak out in class because I get a little uncomfortable. And I think it really helped with like how we have the popsicle sticks. It gets you out of your comfort zone. You raise your hand, you answer questions, you're paired up with people that you wouldn't normally chat with. So I think that really like opens up your horizons, and that really made me feel more comfortable asking questions to not only you and our instructors in 101, but also 102 kinesiology, and now I feel more confident with that. The next question is, identify 2 ways in which these improvements will promote your successful and professional care of patients. So the constructive criticism is a big thing. So if I was working with a patient and let's say I moved them wrong from a chair to a bed, and I was given constructive criticism by my PT or CI or wherever I would be at that point in my life. And then I would be able to go back, and instead of being offended and being like, they think I'm dumb, they think I don't know what I'm doing, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, it's really just you're doing it wrong. You need some guidance. I can ask them questions, as I just said. So that's one of the ways. And then also just taking back what I learned from the constructive criticism and really like trying to improve myself and trying to better myself, other than just like being like actually being an active listener and taking what they're saying and using it as a tool. How has this class assisted in changing what you thought about becoming a PTA? If I'm being completely honest, I went to school for sonography for a year, and then I changed to be an SLP, changed my major again for intervention specialist at Bowling Green, and then I landed upon PTA because I love working with the kids in the schools that have special needs like muscular dystrophy or CP, all of that stuff. And when I first got into the program, I was like, I'm not really sure if I'm going to like this. Like, I don't know if this is my vibe. But then the more that we got into it and we learned like everything that really goes into it, and I personally, like, this is more of 102, but I love learning about the body. And so I was like, okay, I'm feeling this. And then we learned how to do like blood pressure, and we got like pulse oxes and everything, and it felt more real kind of. And then I started enjoying it more than I thought I would enjoy it. So I'm loving the program right now. You, along with Dr. Duran and all of our other professors we have, are super helpful, and I think it's really coming along for me, along with like all my classmates. Then what advice do you have for future PTA students in their first semester? The advice that I would give is to just really make sure that you're studying and asking questions. Like, I study a lot. Like, I work second shift, and I work at Bittersweet Farm, so I care for residents, and when they go to bed at 9, I study from 9 to 11:30. If I have like all my work stuff done, obviously. And then I come home, I study for like probably another hour. I study on all the days I don't have school. I study in between classes. Like, in the beginning of the year, I would come home in between lecture and lab, and I would take a nap. But then I learned like that's not working, and I started studying in between, and it really helps. And along with asking questions, like, you might think that you know something from your flashcards or your notes, but if you don't understand it in depth and you're memorizing it but you're not understanding the concept of it, then it's not really going to help you, because how are you going to apply it in your work life or your everyday life as a PTA if you're not fully understanding the concept? So I think really asking a lot of questions and studying would be my main thing. But coming to the conclusion, I'm super excited for the rest of this year, for the next semester. I think that the first semester went really well for me, and I did better than I expected, which is awesome, which I should have higher expectations for myself. But I did good this semester, and I hope to continue to improving and learning and growing my knowledge on becoming a physical therapist assistant.